Sort of spring and sort of, you know, just wear a coat, you come. The play today is a little bit unusual. It's a play that, quite honestly, would have gone into total obscurity, well, deservedly, because it is quite mediocre, had it not been for its step into historical infamy, as we say. This is the play, of course, that was being performed at the time when Abraham Lincoln was shot. So I have some interesting little tidbits for you. They can see me, I'm good. They can see me. It's a three-act play written by an English playwright named Tom Taylor. Now the interesting thing is Tom Taylor never came to America. He never met an American. So he made up what he thought an American would sound like and would be like. And you're going to hear some of the really odd things. For example, hunting buffalo in Vermont. Even the buffaloes don't go to Vermont. You know, they just don't. So he really he didn't fact check his information. It was 1858, so I guess it's a little harder to fact check in those days. But it was very, very popular in England. And therefore, they decided they were going to bring it over to the United States, especially popular because of one character, a Lord Dundreary, played by Alan Roberts, married to that lady right there, who speaks in Dundrearyisms, malapropisms, is that the right word? Like he means one thing and he says a different word that makes no sense whatsoever. And trust me, it made sense to the Brits. When we were reading it, we had no clue what he was talking about. So we just cut a lot of those out. But anyway, it was tremendously successful, so the producers said, well, let's take it over to the States. What do they know? They'll love it. Pretty much. So what happened was that they brought it over and they decided that they were going to do it as a trilogy with She Stoops to Conquer and darn, what's the other one? School for Scandal, and Our American Cousin. They were going to do these three British powerhouse plays. They brought them over. Well, guess what? The first two fizzled. They were not popular. So they said, what are we going to do with this American Cousin? You know, that's even lesser known than the other two plays. And they said, we know. Let's invite the entire Lincoln administration and get them here for an opening performance, or one of the performances, or whatever. So the people who owned the theater, James and Henry Clay Ford, who owned the Ford Theater, decided to send personal messengers over to the White House and send to all those places and hand personal invitations to all these people. Okay, well, Mr. and Mrs. Lincoln had already seen the play before at some point. Okay, they weren't really happy about it, but they said they would go because they had also invited the Vice President, and they had also invited Grant and his wife, and they had also, you know, all sorts of people. So they felt kind of weird not going. The funny thing is that Grant and his wife could not stand Mrs. Lincoln, so they backed out at the last minute. So he really should have just stayed home. You know what I mean? Anyway, so of course, while all this is going on, the Civil War is just, you know, plowing along. Although just a month before, in March, on March 15th, Robert E. Lee had signed the Okie Dokie, I'm out of here, or whatever it's called. You know what I mean? You're better at this than I am. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm guessing at what's written on these pages. Okay, so meanwhile, take a step over. There's this crazy man named John Wilkes Booth who absolutely hates the entire, you know, blah, 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 so, you know, all this stuff. He hates Lincoln and all that. He was going to kidnap him on March 15th. But Lincoln had to, at this thing that Lincoln was going to. But Lincoln did not go to this particular thing, so he was not able to kidnap him that day. So he and his co-conspirators got together and said, okay, we're going to kill him instead. Let's find out where he's going to be next, and we're going to kill him. And they all co-conspirated, whatever the word is, to go to get all these people at this play where they could not just kill Lincoln, but kill everybody in the administration. Hey, it's a party. Okay. So, needless to say, that date was April 15th, 1 month later. and he obviously showed up, etc. Meanwhile, I'm going to step over now this way. Abraham Lincoln, for 3 days before April 15th, dreamt every single night that he got shot.
Wow.
Every single night. He did have a lot of psychic things with him, and he was very heavy believer in the outer worldliness, I guess. And he really wasn't going to go, and he was going to use that as an excuse. But then when the grants back down, he said, "No, I better show up." He should have followed his gut at this point. His bodyguard, a William H. Crook, strange name, always used to say to him, "Are you okay? Do you need help?" Blah, 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 blah. And when Mr. Lincoln left, Mr. Crook said, "Good night, sir." And Abraham Lincoln turned around and said, "Goodbye." Very much felt it. Okay. So all of this going on, Booth almost shot him 2 months before at something else that he was speaking at. Other strange things that happened is that the man who was supposed to kill the vice president got drunk and fell asleep. The man that was supposed to kill Secretary of State Seward did not, who was that's Seward's Folly, Alaska? Okay. Did not know that Seward had had a carriage accident just a month before, so he had been covered with metal and had been taped so that he couldn't move his jaw because he broke his jaw and his face and all that. So if it had not been for that carriage accident, that knife that they plunged into his neck would have killed him too. But because it hit metal, the guy gave up and ran off. Needless to say, in the middle of around the beginning of Act 3, and I will tell you when it happens in the show. There's a very, what they thought was funny. We still can't find the humor in it. There was a funny line and huge laughter, and that's when Booth jumped in and shot him. Then he jumped to the floor of the stage. He jumped from like one of those upper, or whatever they're called, and he broke his leg, I believe. And he yelled "Sic Semper Tyrannis," which means death to tyrants, I believe, or something like that. And they caught him on April 26th, so he went 11 days without being caught. But anyway, I tell you all that because if it hadn't been for all that other stuff, trust me, nobody would have ever heard of this play. They're laughing, they know. So when you're watching it, make believe that you are in a tea room in England, and laugh at the jokes, even if you don't understand them, because God knows we don't understand some of them, and just enjoy yourselves a little bit, okay? Because what the heck, why not? But know that the story behind this play is far more interesting than the play itself. So welcome all to Summit Theater, and thank you for Our American Cousin by Tom Taylor, Act 1, Scene 1. And you all have a program and you can read, but a drawing room in Trenchard Manor.
I don't know how you would feel as a visitor, but I feel this is a most uncomfortable affair.
Very uncomfortable. I have no curtain for my bed.
And no wine at the second table. And meaner servants I never see.
I'm afraid Sir Edward's in a queer strait.
Yes, for only this morning, Mr. Biddy, I saw Sir Edward marching across
Yes,
the lawn.
only this morning, but mind your own business instead of off your bedders. I'm discussing with you lower servants, but when the wine merchant presents his bills, you men, hear me, why he's been pressing for the last 6 months. Do you?
Nor I that the last year's milliner's bills have not been paid, and that Miss Florence has not had no new dresses from London all winter.
That'll do, but remember to check idle curiosity for the first duty of men in livery. Here are the letters. Alright, bills, what's this? Miss Florence Trenchard with Brattleboro, Vermont?
Where's that, Mr. Biddy?
Why, that be in the United States of North America, and a main good place for poor folks.
John Wilkins, you forget yourself.
Beg pardon, Mr. Benny.
John Wilkins, leave the room.
But I know where Vermont be, though.
John Wiggins, get out.
Dreadful no fellow that.
Always impudent.
Oh, there comes Miss Florence tearing across the lane like a 3-year-old colt.
Oh, I'm fairly out of breath. Good morning, Biddy. The letter bag I saw coming, Wiggins coming with it. I thought I could catch him before I reached the house. So off I started. I forgot the pond. It was over or in. I got over, but my hat got in. I wish you'd fish it out for me. You won't find the pond very deep.
Me? Fish for an act? She takes me for an angler.
Give me the letters. Ah, blessed budget that descends upon Trenchard Manor like a rain on a duck pond. Tell the pond all that the letters have come. You will find them in the terrace.
Yes, miss.
And then go fish out my hat out of the pond. You won't find it very deep, Vinny.
Fish for an act. She takes me for an angler.
Lieutenant Vernon, in Her Majesty's service, Admiralty R.N. Ah, that's an answer to Harry's letter, application for a ship. Papa promised to use his influence for him. I hope he has succeeded. But then he will have to leave us. And who knows if he ever comes back? What a foolish girl I am, when I know that the rise in the service will depend upon it. I do hope he'll get in. And if he must leave us, I'll bid him goodbye like a lass who loves a sailor should. Papa, dear, here are the letters for you. And one for you, Mrs. Melchethington. And one for you, Captain de Boots. And Augusta. And one for you, Harry.
One for me, Florence.
Now, what will you give me for one?
Oh, then you do have one.
Yes, there you are.
Ah, for a ship.
Ah, mon ami, are you to leave us? Good news or bad?
No ship yet. This promises another year of landlubbery.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so glad he's not going away. Who do you think has been here? Has anyone seen Dundreary? Where's Dundreary?
Good morning, Miss Florence.
Good morning, my Lord Dundreary. Who do you think has been here? What does the postman bring?
Oh, well, sometimes he brings a bag with a lock on it. Sometimes newspapers and sometimes letters, I suppose.
There you go.
Thank you.
By Jove, old Solomon has made a crop of it.
What of it?
I beg pardon. An event I am deeply interested in, that's all. I beg pardon.
Florence, dear, there's a letter of yours that got among mine.
Why, Papa, it's from dear brother Ned.
Oh, for my boy? Where is he? How is he? Read it.
He writes from Brattleboro, Vermont. Quite well, come in for a shooting exposition. By the by, I have lately come up quite haphazard upon the other branch of our family, which emigrated to America at the Restoration. They are now thriving in the state, and discovering our relationship, they received me most hospitably. I have cleared up the mysterious death of old Mark Trenchard.
My uncle?
It appears that when he quarreled with his daughter on her marriage with poor Meredith, he came here in their house, leaving Asa, one of the sons, heir to his personal property in England, which ought to belong to poor Mary Meredith. Asa is about to set sail for the old country to take possession. I gave him directions to find you out, and he should arrive almost as soon as this letter. Receive him kindly for the sake of the kindness he has shown me. Your affectionate brother, Ned.
An American branch of the family.
Oh, how interesting.
How delightfully romantic! I can imagine the young hunter, Apollo of the prairie.
An Apollo of the prairie, yes, with a strong nasal twang and a decided taste for tobacco and cobblers.
Florence, you forget that he is a Trenchard, and no true Trenchard would have a liking for cobblers or no people of that kind.
I hate him, whatever he is, coming here to rob poor cousin Mary of her grandfather's fortune.
Florence, how often must I request you not to speak of Mary Meredith as your cousin?
Why? She is my cousin, is she not? Besides, presides over her milk pail like a duchess playing the dairymaid. Ah, Papa won't hear me speak of my poor cousin, and I'm so fond of syllables. Dundreary, do you know what syllables are?
Oh, yes, I know what syllables are, yeah.
No, I don't think you do know what they are.
Not know what syllables are? That's a good idea. Why, they are, syllables are, they're only babies, idiotic children. That's a good idea, that's good.
No, that's not a bit like the idea. What you mean are called cherubins.
What? Those things that look like oranges with wings on them?
Not a bit like it. Well, after luncheon, you must go with me and I'll introduce you to my cousin Mary and syllabubs.
Yes.
Well, what have you after luncheon?
Well, sometimes I have a glass of brandy with an egg in it. Sometimes I run round the duck pond, perhaps a game of checkers, that for exercise, perhaps a game of billiards.
No, you have with me after luncheon an app.
An
appointment.
An ointment, that's the idea.
And it was at this exact moment that Mr. and Mrs. Lincoln arrived at the theater. Look how late they were. That's something none of you fine people would ever do.
Your artful sister Georgina has heard the signs of Lord Dundreary. Augusta, dear, go and see how your poor dear sister is this morning.
Yes, Mama.
She is a great sufferer, my dear.
Yes, but a lovely one.
What sort of night had she?
Oh, a very refreshing one, thanks to the draught you were kind enough to prescribe her, Lord Dundreary.
What? Has Lord Dundreary been prescribing for Georgina?
Yes, you see, I gave her a draft that cured the effect of the draft, and that draft was a draft that didn't pay the doctor's bill.
Good gracious, what a number of drafts. You almost have a game of drafts. What's the matter?
That was the joke, that was.
Where's the joke?
I don't know.
She don't see it. Now, I want you to put your brains to the test. I want to ask you a why.
A wine. What's that?
Yeah, why is a riddle, you know.
A riddle?
Yes, one of those things, like, why is so-and-so and like so-and-so or somebody like somebody else?
Oh, I see what you mean. You mean a conundrum.
Yes, a drum, that's the idea. Yeah. Well, I tell you what I want to. When is a dog's tail not a dog's tail?
When is a dog's tail not a dog's tail?
When it's a cart.
What on earth has a dog's tail to do with a cart?
When it moves about, you know, a horse makes a cart move, and so does a dog make its tail move.
Oh, I see what you mean. You mean a wagon.
Now I've got another. Why does a dog waggle his tail? Because the tail can't waggle the dog.
Is that your own, Dundreary?
Now I've got one, and this one is original.
No, don't spoil the last one.
Yes, but this is extremely interesting.
Do you think so, Lord Dundreary?
Yes, Miss Georgina likes me to tell her my jokes.
Oh, that accounts for what I've heard so many young ladies say. Florence, dear, don't you think Lord Dundreary is extremely interesting? I never knew what they meant before.
Look at this lonely sufferer.
Oh, thank you, my Lord Dundreary. Everyone is so kind to me. I'm so delicate.
Florence, dear, I must leave you to represent me to my guests. These letters will give me a great deal of business today.
Well, Papa, remember I'm your little clerk and person of all work.
No, this is private business. Money matters, my love, which women know nothing about. Luckily for them, I expect Mr. Coyle today.
Dear Papa, how I wish you'd get another agent.
Nonsense, Florence, impossible. He knows my affairs. His father was agent for the late baronet. He is one of the family almost.
Papa, I have implicit faith in my own judgment of faces. Depend upon it, that man is not to be trusted.
Florence, you are ridiculous. I could not get on a week without him. Curse him, I wish I could.
Mr. Coyle an agent with papers?
Show him into the library. I will be with him presently.
Remember the archery meeting? It's at 3 o'clock.
Yes, I'll remember. Pretty time for such levity, but you can ruin me stares in the face. Florence, I leave you as my representative. Now to prepare myself to meet my Shylock.
Why will Papa not trust me? Oh, Harry, I wish you would find out what a lot of pluck and common sense there is in this featherhead of mine.
Miss Florence, would you be kind enough to tell Miss Georgina all about that American relative of yours?
Oh, all about my American cousin, certainly. Let's have a little fun. Well, they are all 17 feet high in America, ain't they, Mr. Vernon?
Good gracious, 17 feet high.
Yes, and they fight with, what do they call it, Mr. Vernon?
Tomahawks.
Yes, and you better take care, Miss Georgina, or he'll take his tomahawk and... Oh!
Georgina, don't be afraid. Dundreary's by your side.
No!
He will protect you.
Don't be frightened, Georgina. He will never harm you while Dundreary is about.
Don't scream. I won't lose my whiskers to a Tommyhawk.
Goodbye, Dundreary. I'll never see you again in all your glory.
Don't cry, Miss Florence. I'm ready for Mr. Tommyhawk.
If you please, miss, there's a gent which says he's expected.
What's his name? Where's his car?
He didn't tell me his name, but he says he's come to stay, and he certainly doesn't look as if he needs to go.
That's him. Show him in. It's my American cousin, I know.
Your American cousin. Oh, how delightfully romantic, isn't it, Captain Boots? I can imagine the wild young hunter with a free step and the majestic mane of the hunter of the forest.
Go and sign your picture. Didn't I tell you I was expected? You are as obstinate as Deacon Stump's forelock that wouldn't lie down and couldn't stand up. Wouldn't pin forward and couldn't go backward. Where's the squire?
Do you mean Sir Edward Trenchard, sir?
Yes.
He is not present, but I am his daughter.
Well, I guess that'll fit about as well if you can tell this Donald Shote to take me to my room.
What does he mean by shote?
He means me, Mum.
Hurry up, old hoss.
He calls me Hoss. Miss, I suppose he'll call me a Hox next, prefer an Og.
Well, Dommy, if you ain't the consignedest old Shote I ever did see since I was baptized Asa Trenchard.
Ah, then it is our American cousin. Glad to see you. My brother told us to expect you.
Well, yes, I guess you do belong to my family. I'm Asa Trenchard, born in Vermont. Suckled on the banks of Muddy Creek, about the tallest gunner, the slickest dancer, and generally the loudest critter in the state. You're my cousin, be you? Well, I ain't got no objections to kiss you, as one cousin ought to kiss another.
Sir, how dare you?
Well, are you one of the family? Because if you ain't, you've got no right to interfere, and if you be, well, don't worry, I'm gonna kiss you. Hey, here's your young man's letter.
In the old country, Mr. Trenchard, cousins content themselves with hands, but our hearts are with them. You're welcome. There's mine.
That'll do about as well. I won't kiss you if you don't want me to. But if you did, I wouldn't stop on account of that sailor man. Now, you needn't get your back up. What an all-fired chap you are. Now, you'll have me shown to my room. I should like to fix up a bit and put on a clean bosom. What on earth is the matter with y'all? I only spoke because y'all so all fine go to meeting like.
Show Mr. Trenchard to the red room, Mr. Binney. That is, if you are done with it, Mr. Dundreary.
Yes, Miss Florence. The room and I have got through with each other yet.
Concentrated essence of baboons. What on earth is this?
He's mad, Miss Florence. I've done with that room. The rooks crowed, so they racked my brain.
You don't mean to say you've got any brains?
No, sir. Such a thing has never entered my head.
The red room, Mr. Binney.
Hold on. Well done, me, but you keep your help in all fired good order here. This show here is bad enough to kill. Mind how you go upstairs, old hoss, or you'll bust your billet.
Now he thinks Pet Billy is an engine and he's got a boiler.
Oh, what fun!
old Mark Trenchard died very rich, didn't he, Florence?
Very rich, I believe.
He's not all romantic, is he, Mama?
My dear, I have no doubt he has solid good qualities, and I don't want you to laugh at him like Florence Trenchard.
No, Mama, I won't.
But what are we to do with him? What's the matter?
I've got an idea.
Oh, let's hear Dundreary's idea.
It's so seldom that I get an idea that when I do get one, it startles me. Let's get this Mr. Thomas Hawk and put him on exhibition. That's the idea.
Oh, that's your idea, is it? Well, stranger, I don't know what they're gonna do with me, but wherever they do put me, I hope it will be out of the reach of a jackass. I'm a real horse, I am, and I get kind of riley with those critters.
And now he thinks he's a horse. I've heard of a great jackass, and I've dreamt of a jackass, but I don't believe there is any such insect.
Well, cousin, I hope you made yourself comfortable.
Well, no, I can't say as I did. You see, there were so many all-fired fixings in my room, I couldn't find anything I wanted.
What was it you couldn't find in your room?
Well, there was no soft soap.
Soft soap.
Soft soap.
Soft soap. Soft soap.
Soft soap.
Soft soap.
Soft soap.
Yeah, soft soap. I reckon you know what it is. However, I struck a pump in the kitchen, slicked my hair down a little, gave my boots a lick of grease, and now I feel quite handsome. But I'm everlastingly dry.
You'll find ale, wine, and luncheon on the side table.
Well, I don't know as I've got any appetite. You see, coming along on the cars, I wore down half a dozen ham sandwiches, 8 or 10 boiled eggs, 2 or 3 pumpkin pies, and a string of cold sausages. Well, I guess I can hold on till dinner time. But I'm as dry as a sap tree in August.
Luncheon!
Well, I don't want to speak out too plain, but this is an awful mean setup for a big house like this.
Why? What's wrong, son?
Why, there's no mush,
No much.
nary slapjack,
Why does he want Mary to slap Jack?
no pork and beans,
Pork's been here, but he's left.
and well, there's the clam chowder.
Where is Clam Chowder? He's never here when you need him.
Here's to your health, old hoss. You call that a drink? See here, cousin. You seem to be the liveliest critter around here, so hurry up the fixins, and I'll show this benighted aristocratic society what real liquor is. So hurry up the fixins.
Fixins? What do you mean by fixins?
Why, brandy, rum, gin, whiskey. We'll make them all useful.
Oh, I'll hurry up the fixins. What fun!
Oh, I thought you meant the gas fixings.
Say you, Mr. Puffy. You run out and get me a bunch of mint and a bundle of straws. Hurry up, old hoss. Say, Mr. Sailman, just help me down with this table. Don't you get riley. You and I ran against each other when I came in, but we'll be friends yet.
Here, cousin, are the fixins.
That's your sort. Now then, I'll give you a drink that'll make you squeal. Here, Puppy, just shake that up. Faster. I'll give that sick guy a drink. That'll make a squirm like an eel on a mudbank.
Oh, what a horrible idea!
Oh, don't mind him. That's just an American joke.
You call that a joke? To make a sick girl squirm like on a mudbank, like an eel's skin?
Yes, I'll give you a drink that'll make your whiskers return onto your chin, which is their natural location. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what do you have? Whiskey skin? Brandy smash? Cherry cobbler? Mint julep? Ooh, Jersey lightning.
Oh, I want a mint julep.
Give me a gin cocktail.
I'll take a sherry cobbler.
Brandy smash for me.
Give me a whiskey skin.
I'll take a lemonade.
Give me a Jersey lightning.
Ooh, give him a Jersey lightning. Warranted to kill at 40 rods.
At the end of scene 1. Act 1, scene 2. A library, also in Trenchard Manor.
Sir Edward will see you directly, Mr. Coyle.
Very well. House full of company, I see, Mr. Binney.
Cram full, Mr. Coyle. As one of the first families in the country, we must keep our position.
Certainly, certainly. That is as long as we can, Mr. Binney. Tell Murcott, my clerk, to bring my papers in here. You'll find him in the servants' hall. And see that you keep your strong ale out of his way. People who serve me must have their senses about them.
Oh, I should say so.
And now to show this pompous baronet the precipice on which he stands. Are you sober, sir?
Yes, Mr. Coyle.
Then see you keep so.
I'll do my best, sir. But do tell them to keep liquor out of my way. Can't keep from it now. Try as I will, and I try hard enough. God help me.
Get out those mortgages and the letters from my London agent. So here comes Sir Edward. Go, but be within call. I may want you to witness a signature.
I will, sir. I must have brandy. I must have brandy. My hand will not be steady enough to write.
Good morning, Coyle, good morning. So you see, those infernal tradespeople are pretty troublesome.
My agent's letter this morning announces that Walter and Brast have got judgment and execution on their amount for repairing your townhouse last week. Boken and Barker announced their intention of taking the same course with the wine account. Hanmarth is preparing for a settlement of his heavy demand for the stables. Then there is temper for pictures and other things in Miss Florence Trenchard's account with Madame Papon and...
Oh, confound it! Why harass me with the details? These infernal particulars. Have you made out the total?
4,830 pounds, 9 shillings and 6 pence.
Well, of course we must find means of settling this extortion.
Yes, Sir Edward, if possible.
If possible?
I, as your agent, must stoop to detail. You must allow me to repeat, if possible.
Why, you don't say there will be any difficulty in raising the money?
What means would you suggest, Sir Edward?
That, sir, is your business.
A foretaste in the interest on the Fanhill and Elmthrope mortgages. You are aware both are in the arrears. The mortgages, in fact, right here to announce their intention to foreclose.
Curse your impudence, just pay them off.
How, Sir Edward?
Confound it, sir. Which of us is the agent? Might have find you brains for your own business?
No, Sir Edward. I can furnish the brains, but what I ask of you is to furnish the money.
Well, there must be money somewhere. I came into possession of one of the finest properties in Hampshire only 26 years ago. And now you mean to tell me I cannot raise 4,000 pounds?
The fact is distressing, Sir Edward, but so it is.
Well, there's the Ravensdale property, unencumbered.
There, Sir Edward, you are under a mistake. The Ravensdale property is deeply encumbered to nearly its full value.
Good heavens!
I have found among my father's papers a mortgage of that very property to him.
To your father? My father's agent?
Yes! Bearing date the year after the great contested election for the county, on which the late Sir Edward patriotically spent £60,000 for the honor of not being returned to Parliament.
A mortgage on the Ravensdale estate? But it must have been paid off, Mr. Coyle. Have you looked for a release or a receipt?
Neither exists. My father's sudden death explains sufficiently. I was left in ignorance of the transaction, but the seals on the deed and the stamps are intact. Here it is, sir.
Sir, do you know that if this be true, I am something like a beggar, and your father something like a thief?
I see the first plainly, Sir Edward, but not the second.
Do you forget, sir, that your father was a charity boy, fed and clothed by my father?
Well, Sir Edward?
And do you mean to tell me, sir, that your father repaid that kindness by robbing his benefactor?
Certainly not. But by advancing money to that benefactor when he wanted it, and by taking the security of one of his benefactor's estates as any prudent man would under the circumstances.
Why then, sir, the benefactor's property is yours.
Pardon me. The legal estate, you have your equity of redemption. You have only to pay the money and the estate is yours as before.
How dare you, sir? When you have just shown me that I cannot raise 500 pounds in the world, huh? Florence, why did I not listen to you when you warned me against this man?
Oh, she warned you, did she? I see one means at least of keeping the Ravensdale estate in the family.
What is it?
By marrying your daughter to the mortgagee.
To you?
I am prepared to settle the estate on Miss Trenchard the day she becomes Mrs. Richard Coyle.
You insolent scoundrel! How dare you insult me in my own house, sir? Leave it, or I will have you kicked out by my servants.
I never take an angry man at his word, Sir Edward. Give a few moments' reflection to my offer. You can have me kicked out afterwards.
A beggar, so Edward Trenchard, a beggar. See my children reduced to labor for their bread, to misery perhaps. But the alternative? Florence detests him. Still, the match would save her, at least from ruin. He might take the family name. I might retire to the continent for a few years. Florence's health might serve as a pretense. Repugnant as the alternative is, yet it deserves consideration.
And now, Sir Edward, shall I ring for the servants to kick me out?
Nay, Mr. Coyle, you must pardon my outburst. You know I am hasty and...
Papa, dear. Papa, pardon my breaking in on business, Papa, but our American cousin has come. Such an original, and we are only waiting for you to escort us to the field.
I will come directly, my love. Mr. Coyle, my dear, you did not see him?
Oh, yes, I saw him, Papa.
Hey, Florence. Your hand to Mr. Coyle. I insist.
Papa.
Come, Florence. Mr. Coyle, we will join you in the park. Come, my love, take my arm.
Shallow, selfish fool. She warned you of me, did she? And you did not heed her? You shall both pay dearly. She for her suspicions, and you that you did not share them. How lucky the seals were not cut from that mortgage when the release was given. 'Tis like the silly security of the Trenchards. This mortgage makes Ravensdale mine, while the release that restores it to its owner lies in the recess of the bureau, whose secret my father revealed to me on his deathbed. Write to the mortgagee of the Fan Hill and Elmthorpe estates to foreclose before the week is out, and tell Walters and Brass to put in execution today. We'll prick this windbag of a baronet. Abel, we have both a bone to pick with him and his daughter. Well, what's the matter?
Nothing. Just the dizziness I've had lately.
Brandy in the evening, brandy in the morning, brandy all night. What a fool you are, Murcott.
Who knows this better than I do?
If you would but keep the money out of your mouth, there's the making of a man in you yet.
No. It's gone too far. It's gone too far. Thanks to the man who owns this house. You know all about it. How he found me a thriving, sober lad, flogging the village children through their spelling book. How he took a fancy to me, as he called it, and employed me here to teach his son and Florence. Then remember how I forgot who and what I was, and was cuffed out of the house like a dog. How I lost my school, my good name. It still hung about the place. They all looked askance at me. You don't know how that kills the heart of a man. And I took to drink, and sank down, and down, till I came to this.
You owe Sir Edward revenge, do you not? You shall have a rare revenge on him. That mortgage you found last week puts the remainder of the property within my reach.
You could drive a hard bargain. I know.
And a rare price I ask for his forbearance. Abel, his daughter's hand.
Florence?
Yes, Florence marries Richard Coyle. Richard Coyle steps into Sir Edward's estates. There, you dog! Will not that be a rare revenge? So, follow me with those papers. And now, to lay the mine that will topple over the pride of the Trenchards.
He married Florence. My Florence! Mine! Florence, his wife? No. No better 1,000 times. She had been mine. Low as I am when I dreamt that dream. But it shan't be. It shan't be! If I can help her, suck though I am. Yes, I can help her. If the shock don't break me down. Ah, my poor but old brain! Ah, surely there was a release with it when I found it. I must see Florence to warn her, to expose Coyle's villainy. Oh, my poor head throbs. Ah! When I try to, I shall die if I don't have a drop of brandy. Yes, brandy. Ah. Ah.
Well,
Scene 3. A bath in Trenchard Manor.
Well, I guess I begin to feel kind of comfortable in this place. If it weren't for this Tom old fat critter, you don't seem to have any work to do, but swells about like a big bosom, like an old turkey cock in laying time. I do wonder what he's here for. Do they think I mean to absquatulate with the spoons? Let that sweat. That's my plunder.
Will you have the kindness to give me your keys, if you please, sir?
What do you want with my keys?
To put your things away in the wardrobe, sir.
Well, I calculated my 2 shirts, 3 bosoms, 4 collars, and 2 pair of socks were to get into that everlasting big bunk. Well, they think themselves so off-eyed small I should never be able to crawl into them again.
Will you be taking a bath before you dress?
Take a bath?
A bath?
Oh, I suppose you mean a bath. Well, ma'am, I calculate I ain't gonna expose myself to the shakes by getting into cold water in this cruel old cold pond of yours. So make tracks.
Make what?
Vamoose.
Make vamoose?
Absquatulate.
What?
Skedaddle.
Skedaddle?
Oh, get out!
Oh, if you're going to dress, you're going to want to do some assistance.
Assistance? What, to get out of my unmentionables and get into them again? Well, suppose I do, then what?
Just ring the bell and I'll attend you, sir.
All right, come along. Hold on, say, I may want to yawn presently, and I shall want somebody to shut my mouth. Well, now I am alone, I can look about me and indulge the inquiring spirit of an American citizen. What an everlasting lot of things and fixings there are, to be sure. Now, here's a place to hold my plunder beautifully. Hello, what's this? Something good to drink? Smells awful bad. Golden fluid. One application turns the hair a beautiful brown. Several applications will turn the hair a lustrous black. Well, if they keep on it, they may turn a pea green. I reckon this has been left here by some fellow who is ashamed of the natural color of his top knob. Come in.
My Lord Dundreary's compliments. Have you seen a small bottle in the toilet table drawer?
Suppose I had. What then?
My Lord wants it.
Was it a small bottle?
A small bottle.
A bottle small.
Blue label?
Label blue.
Red sealing wax on the top?
Red sealing wax.
Wax spread.
Nice little bottle.
Oh, a nice little bottle.
Well, I ain't seen it. If my lord sets a value on it, guess it must be worth something.
Sorry to trouble you, sir.
What's his hit?
My lord's hair dyed the last bottle, and he turns red tomorrow.
Horrible. What an awful situation to be had.
So, I've got my ring on that lord's nose, and if I don't make him dance to my tune, it's a pity.
Well, Miss Florence begged me to say that he had borrowed a costume for you, sir, in a archery meeting tomorrow.
Ain't you dropped something?
Where they shoot bows and then arrows.
Well, now you just take my compliments to Miss Trenchard when I goes out shooting with injurious weapons. I always wears my own genuine shooting costume. That's the natural buff tipped off with a little red paint.
Gracious, he looked like Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden.
And that is the end of Act 1. Act 2, Scene 1. Back in yet another drawing room in the Trenchard Manor.
Oh, no, my dear Augusta, you must be very careful. I don't by any means want you to give up to Boots. His expectations are excellent. But pray be attentive to this American savage, as I rather think he will prove the better batch of the two, if what I hear about Mark Trenchard's property be correct.
Yes, Ma.
And look more cheerful, my love.
Oh, I'm so tired, Ma, of admiring things I hate.
Yes, my poor love, yet we must all make sacrifices to society. Look at your poor sister with the appetite.
What am I to be enthusiastic about this American, Ma?
Oh, I hardly know yet, my dear. We must study him. I think if you read up some Sam Slick a little, it might be useful, or just dip into Crawford's History of the United States or some Russell's Letter. You should know something of George Washington, of whom the Americans are justly proud.
Oh, here he comes, Ma. What ridiculous figure he looks in that dress.
Hush, my dear.
Oh, Mr. Trenchard, why did you not bring me one of those lovely Indian dresses of boundless prairie?
Yes, one of those dresses in which you hunt the buffalo.
Oh, yes, which you hunt the buffalo.
In which I hunt the buffalo. Buffalo's down in Vermont. The first buffalo I see about here, I shall hunt up for you.
Oh, you Americans are so clever and so acute.
Yes, so cute.
Yes, we're cute we are. No soft soda when we see it.
Oh, I do believe he's laughing at us.
Oh, no, my dear, you are mistaken. Oh, I perceive they are They are appearing on the archery practice. I suppose we shall see you on the ground, Mr. Trenchard?
Yes, I'll be there like 1,000 a brick.
1,000 a brick?
Hush, my dear. This is doubtless some elegant American expression. Au revoir, Mr. Trenchard.
Which?
Au revoir.
No, thank you. Don't take any before dinner. No, there's no use there talking Dutch to me. Well, I never see an old gal stand fire like that. She's a real old bison bull. I feel all fired tuckered out riding in those gears. I'd like to have a snooze if I could find a place to lie down in. Oh, this might do. I guess this is all right. I shall be as snug in here as a pew at meeting or a private box at the theater. Hello, somebody's coming.
My lord! My lord! Your lordship!
There, now you've spoiled it.
Spoiled what, my lord?
Spoiled what, my lord? Why, a most magnificent sneeze.
I'm very sorry, my lord.
Now that I can speak alone with you, tell me about that hair dye. Have you found it?
Not a trace of it, my lord.
If you don't find it, I'll discharge you.
Very well, my lord.
Very well, my lord. She's gone and lost my hair dye, and my hair turns red tomorrow. And when I ask her to find it or I'll discharge her, she says, very well, my lord. She's positively idiotic. Oh, here comes Miss Georgina, that gorgeous creature, that lovely sufferer.
What's the price of hair dye? Hello? He's coming again with that sick gal.
Will you try and strengthen your limbs with a gentle walk in the garden?
No, thank you, my lord. I'm so delicate. Oh, my lord, it is so painful to walk languidly through life to me, unable at times to bear the perfumes of one's own flowers. Even those violets you sent me yesterday, I was compelled to have removed from my room. The perfume was too strong for me. I'm so delicate.
Yes, Miss Georgina, but they're very strengthening flowers, you know.
Yes, my lord, you are always right.
Do you know that I'm getting very robust?
Would I could share that thought with you, but I'm so delicate.
If you were robust, I should not love you as I do. It would deprive you of that charm which enchains me to your lovely side, which...
My lord, I'm going to faint.
And I'm going to sneeze. You faint when I sneeze. You know what a sneeze is?
No, my lord.
He's never sneezed. I'll tell you what a sneeze is. Imagine a very large spider.
Ah! Where, my lord?
No, I don't mean a real spider, only an imaginary one. A large spider getting up your nose. And all of a sudden, much to his disgust, he discovers he has put his foot in it and can't get it out again.
That must be very distressing.
For the spider, yes, and not very pleasant for the nose.
Oh, my lord, do take me to my mamma.
No, you lovely sufferer, let's walk a little more.
I can't, my lord, I'm so delicate.
Well then, how would you like the left wing of a canary bird?
No, my lord, it is too strong for me.
There goes a load of wooden nutmegs. Hello, here comes somebody else.
One who remembers what he ought since to have forgotten wishes to speak with Miss Trenchard, Florence crossed out, on matters of life and death near the Oral in the West Gallery, written upon a dirty sheet of paper in a hardly legible hand. What does this mean? It opens like one of Mrs. Radcliffe's romances. Well, here I am, and now for my correspondent.
Ah, 1 minute's clear head. Miss Florence.
I presume you are the writer of this.
Yes, I am.
You address me as an old acquaintance, but I do not recognize you.
So much the better.
I hate mystery, sir, but you see, I've come to rendezvous. I must know to whom I am speaking.
As frank as ever, I am Abel Merker.
You!
Do not be ashamed. I have not the strength to injure you. If I have the evil, this shabby, broken-down drunkard, you need not fear the madman. who years ago forgot his frantic passion, the gulf that lay between you and your station and my own. I am harmless, except to myself.
Speak on, sir. I hear you.
I need not tell you by what steps I came to this. You know. Maybe you never knew. What a maddening thing a passion is when it turns against itself. After being expelled from my tutorship in this house, I lost my employment, self-respect, and hope. I sought to drown recollection and draw courage from drink. It only embittered remembrances and destroyed the little courage I had left. That I have bread to eat, I owe to Mr. Coyle. He employed me as his clerk. You know, he has been with your father this morning. I have to come to tell you my errand. Were you as brave as you used to be when I knew?
I fear nothing.
I come to tell you of your father's ruin, his utter ruin.
My father's ruin? What? What?
His estates are mortgaged, his creditors clamorous. The bailiffs will be in Trenchard Mansion today, disguised as your own servants. This much Mr. Coyle has conceded to your father's respect for appearances.
Then beggary stands him in the face. Poor father, what a sad blow for him. Is that all, sir?
No, no.
Go on,
Worst
sir.
remains.
Go on, sir.
Coyle knows your father's weakness, and as a means of escape from ruin, to the verge of which he has brought him, he has this day proposed your hand.
Mine!
On consideration of settling on you the Ravensdale estate.
And my father, how did he listen to such insolence?
You know, as well as I do, how he would hear such a proposal. At first a torrent of rage, then the strong ebb of selfishness set in, and he consented to listen to the terms, to view them as something to be considered, to consider them.
Good heavens, can this be true? No, I will not believe it from my father and from such lips.
You have full right to think this and to say it, but mark your father and Coyle today. You will see then if I speak not the truth.
Forgive my distrust, Mr. Murcott.
I am past taking offense or feeling scorn. I have carried more than what can be heaped upon me. I did not come only to give you warning of your danger.
Can you avert it?
Well, stranger, that's just the question I was gonna ask.
You here, sir, and listening?
Well, it wasn't purpose. I went in there to take a snooze. I heard you talking and I thought it wouldn't be polite of me not to listen to what you had to say. I'm a rough sort of a customer and I don't know much about the ways of great folks. But I've got a cool head, a stout arm, and a willing heart. And I think I can help you, just as one cousin ought to help another.
Well, I do think you are honest.
Shall I go on?
Yes, we will trust him. Go on.
I found the Ravensdale mortgage while rummaging in an old deed box of Coyle's father. There was a folded paper inside the deed. I took both to Coyle unopened. Like a besotted fool that I was, my belief is strong that the paper was the release of the mortgage, that the money had been paid off, and the release executed without the seals having been cut from the original mortgage. I have known such things happen.
Have you now? Well, if a Yankee lawyer had done such a thing, he would have a hanging judge after him in no time.
You can find the release. We may unmask this diabolical fiend and save you.
But surely, a villain of Coyle's civility would have destroyed the paper, the very keystone of the fraud.
I fear so.
Do you now? Well, you're wrong. You're both wrong. I guess you ain't either. You've done much ciphering human nature. The keystone of that fraud is just the point your mighty cute rascals always leave unsecured. Come along with me, stranger, and we'll work up this sum a little. 2 heads are better than 1. Yours a little muddled, but mine's pretty clear. And if I don't circumvent that old sovereign Coyle, well, say I am a skunk, that's all, and that's the meanest kind of an animal.
I owe you much, Mr. Murcott, more than I can ever repay.
No! No! No. If you did but know the hope of seeing you, has roused all the manhood in me that drink and misery has left. God bless you, Miss Florence.
No, you don't call me Florence as you did when I was the truant pupil and the indulgent tutor.
No, no, for heaven's sake, do not call back that time or I shall go mad! Mad! Mad!
Scene 2. A small cottage behind Trenchard Manor, which houses the dairy.
There they go, that's a bullseye, I warrant. Dang me, though, if I would have rather seen Miss Mary than this cock robin sports yonder. Ah, here she comes. Good morning, Miss Mary.
Oh, Wickens, there you are. How kind of you to help me with the milk pails today, when all the lads and lasses have given themselves a holiday to see the shooting.
Ah, Miss Mary, you ought to be among them, with a green hat and feather, if all had their rights.
Nay, ladies without a farthing in the world ought to put aside their ladyships and make themselves. Besides, I'm proud of my dairy here. Just help me with this troublesome fellow. Steady, don't shake it. The cream is foaming so beautifully. There.
Now, Miss Mary, what can I do for you?
Let me see. Well, really, I do believe, Wickens, I have nothing to do but amuse myself.
Dang it, miss, that's a pity, 'cause I can't help you with that, you see. Anything more, Miss Mary?
No, thank you, Wickens.
Good morning, Miss Mary.
Good morning, Wickens.
Is there anything I can get from you, Miss Mary?
Nothing, thank you.
Dang me if I would like to stop all day and watch a pretty figure run errands for her.
Poor Wickens is not the only one who thinks I'm a very ill-used young body. Now, I don't think so. Grandfather was rich, but he must have had a bad heart, or he never could have cast off poor Mamma. Had he adopted me, I should never have been so happy as I am now. Uncle is kind to me in his pompous, patronizing way, and dear Florence loves me like a sister, and I am so happy. I am my own mistress here, and not anybody's humble servant. I sometimes find myself singing to the birds, because I can't help it. Made with the milking pail.
Come along, cousin, come along. I want to introduce you to my little cousin. I brought you a visitor, Miss Meredith, Mr. Asa Trenchard, our American cousin. That will do for present. This young gentleman has carried off the prize by 3 successive shots to the bullseye.
I congratulate you, sir, and I am happy to see you.
Well, thank you, miss.
That will do for a beginning.
And so that is Mark Trenchard's grandchild.
Why have you left the archery, Florence?
Because after Mr. Ace's display, I felt in no humor for shooting, and I have some very grave business with my cousin here.
You? Grave business? Why, I thought you never had any graver business than being very pretty, very amiable, and very ready to be amused.
Well, miss, I guess the first comes natural round these diggings.
You are very polite. This is my domain, sir, and I shall be happy to show you. That is, if you understand anything about a dairy.
Yes. By the way, do you understand anything about dairies in America?
Well, I guess I know something about cow juice. Why, if it ain't as all bright and clean as a fresh-washed shirt just off the clover. And is this all you're doing, miss?
Yes, sir. I milk the cow, set up the milk, superintend the churning, and make the cheese.
Well, darn me, if you ain't the first rail right down useful gal I've seen on this side of the pond.
What, sir? Do you want to make me jealous?
Oh, no, you needn't get your back up. You are the right sort, too. But you must own your small potatoes. A few in a hill compared to a gal like that.
I'm what?
Small potatoes.
Will you be kind enough to translate for me? For I don't understand American yet.
Yes, I'll put it in the French for you. Petite pommes de terrace.
Ah, it's very clear now. But cousin, do tell me what you mean by calling me small potatoes.
Well, you can sing and paint and play on the piano. And in your own particular circle, you are some pumpkins, but...
Some pumpkins? First, I'm small potatoes, and now I'm some pumpkins.
But she can milk cows. set up the butter, make cheese. Darn me if them ain't what I call real downright feminine accomplishments.
I do believe you're right, cousin. So, Mary, do allow me to congratulate you upon not being small potatoes.
I must look to my dairy, or all my last week's milk will be spoiled. Goodbye, Florence, dear. Goodbye, Mr. Trenchard. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, miss. I'll call again.
Well, cousin, what do you think of her?
Oh, ain't she a regular snorter?
Oh, what?
Well, perhaps I should make myself more intelligible if I said a squealer. And to think, I'm keeping that everlasting angel of a gal out of her fortune all along with this bit of paper here.
What is that?
With old Mark Trenchard's will.
Don't show it to me. I don't want to look at it. The fortune should have come to Mary. She's the only relation in the direct line.
Say, cousin, you've not told her that darn property was left to me, have you?
Do you think I had the heart to tell her of her misfortune?
Well, darn me, if you won't show your good sense at any rate.
Well, what are you doing? Showing your good fortune?
Oh, you go long.
Say, cousin, I guess I've got you on a string now, as I've heard you say this morning.
Well, what if you have? Didn't I see you casting sheeps at that sailor man this morning? I reckon I got you on a string now. Say, has he got that ship yet?
No, he hasn't. Though I've used all my powers of persuasion with that Lord Dundreary, and his father has so much influence with the Admiralty.
Well, didn't he drop like a smoked possum?
There you go again. More American. No, he said he was very sorry, but he couldn't help.
Oh, he did he? Well, I guess he'll do his best all the same.
I shall be missed at the archery grounds. Will you take me back?
Like a streak of lightning.
That's not the way.
No, of course not.
Well, where are you going now?
Well, I was just gonna go around. I say, cousin, don't you think you can find your own way back?
Why? What do you want to do?
Well, I just wanted to see how they make cheese in this darn country.
And they call that man a savage. Well, I wish we had a few more savages in England.
This way, lovely sufferer.
Ah, there's Dundreary.
There, repose yourself.
Oh, thank you, my lord. You're so kind to me. I'm so delicate.
Yes, you look delicate, dear. How is she this morning? Any better?
When she recovers, she'll be better.
I'm afraid you don't take good care of her. You are too rough.
No, I'm not rough either. I'm gentle and I'm kind. I forget the rest.
Well, good morning, dear. Do take good care of her. Good day, Dundreary.
Now let me administer to your wants. How would you like a roast chestnut?
No, my lord, I'm too delicate.
Well then, peanut. There is a great deal of nutrition in a peanut.
No, thank you.
Then what can I do for you?
If you please, ask the dairymaid to let me have a seat in the dairy. I'm afraid of the draft here.
Oh, you want to get out of the draft, do you? Well, you're not the only one who wants to escape the draft. Is that the dairy on top of that stick?
No, my lord, that's the pigeon house.
What do they keep in pigeons' houses? Oh, pigeons, to be sure. They couldn't keep donkeys up there, could they? That's the dairy, I suppose?
Oh, yes, my lord.
What do they keep in dairies?
Eggs, milk, butter, and cheese.
What's the name of that animal with the head on it? No, I don't mean that. All animals have heads. I mean those animals with something growing out of their heads.
A cow?
A cow growing out of his head.
No, horns.
A cow, well, that accounts for the milk and butter, but I don't see the eggs. Cows don't give eggs, and then there's the cheese. Do you like cheese?
Oh, no, my lord.
Does your brother like cheese?
I have no brother. I'm so delicate.
Oh, she's so delicate she hasn't got a brother. Well, if you had a brother, do you think he'd like cheese?
I don't know. Please do take me to the dairy.
Well, I will see if I can get you a broiled sardine.
I'm so glad he's gone. I'm so dreadful hungry. I should like a plate of corned beef and cabbage, eggs, and bacon, and besides cold ham and pickles.
Thank you.
Here he comes. Oh, I'm so delicate.
I beg your pardon, Miss Georgina, but I find upon inquiry that cows don't give sardines. But I've arranged with the dairymaid so that you can have a seat by the window that overlooks the cow house. and the pigsty, and all the pretty things.
I'm afraid I'm very troublesome.
Yes, you're troublesome, you are. No, I mean, you're a lovely sufferer, that's the idea.
There goes that benighted aristocrat and that little toad of a sick gal.
There's that damn rhinoceros here.
There he's a settling her in a chair and covering her all over with shawls. Oh, it's a caution how these women do fix our Flint for us. How are you, hair dye?
That lovely Georgina puts me in mind of the beautiful piece of poetry. Let me see how it goes. The rose is red, the violet's blue. The rose is red, the violet's blue.
Say, Whiskers, I want to ask a favor of you.
There must be something alive in that accent. The rose is red, the violet's blue. Sugar is sweet, and so is somebody, and so is somebody else.
Say, Whiskers, I want to ask a favor of you.
Now I've got it.
Well, but say, how are you?
No, you spoiled it.
Spoiled what?
Spoiled what? Well, a magnificent sneeze.
Oh, was that what you was trying to get through you?
Get through me? He's mad.
Well now, the naked truth is, come now, don't be putting on airs. Say, do you know Lieutenant Vernon?
Slightly.
Well, what do you think of him, on an average?
Think of a man on an average.
Well, I think he's a real hoss, and he wants a ship.
Well, if he's a real hoss, he must want a carriage.
Well, darn me, if that ain't good.
That's good.
Yes, that is good.
Very good.
Very good indeed. For you.
Now I've got it.
Well now, I say, what, are you at it again?
I've got the influenza.
Got the what?
He says I've got the wart. I've got the influenza.
That's it exactly. I want your influence, sir, to get that ship.
That's good.
Yes, that's good, ain't it?
Very good.
Yes, darn me if that ain't good.
For you, one for the Yankee.
Oh, well done, Britisher. Well now, about that ship.
Very clever man he is.
Well, darn me if there ain't a physiological change taking place. Your whiskers at this moment.
My whiskers?
Yes. About the ends, they as black, and near the roots, well, they are speckled and streaked.
My whiskers speckled and streaked.
Now, this is a wonderful invention.
My hair dye.
Now, look here, you get the lieutenant a ship, and I'll give you the bottle. It's a fine swap.
What the devil is a swap?
Well, you give me the ship, and I'll give you the bottle to boot.
What do I want of your boots, sir? I haven't got a ship about me.
Now, you better make haste, or your whiskers will be changed again. They'll be as pea green in about a minute.
Pea green!
I guess I got a ring in his nose now. I wonder how that sick gal's getting along. Well, dummy if the dying swallow ain't pitching into ham and eggs and homemade bread. Well, she's walking into a bottle like a bummer after a day's work rail splitting. I'll just give her a start. How do you do, miss? Allow me to congratulate you on the return of your appetite. Guess I got a ring in her pretty nose now, too. Hello? Here comes the lickers and shooters. It's about time I took my medicine, I reckon.
And now to distribute the prizes and drink to the health of the winner of the Golden Arrow.
And there must be the hero of the day. Come, kneel down.
Must I kneel down?
I'm going to crown you Captain of the Archers of Trenton Manor.
I've got the ship.
Act 3. We are back in the dairy. Scene 1.
Miss Mary, I wish you'd leave off those everlasting dairy fixings and come and take a hand of a chat along with me.
What? To leave my work? Why, when you first came here, you thought I could not be too industrious.
Well, I think so yet, Miss Mary, but I've got a heap to say to you, and I never can talk while you're moving about so spry among them pans, pails, and cheeses. First you raise one hand, then the other, and well, it just takes the gumption right out of me.
Well then, I'll sit here. Well now, will that do?
Well, no, Miss Mary, that won't do neither. Them eyes of yourn takes my breath away.
What will I do then?
Well, I don't know, Miss Mary, but darn me, if you could do anything that wasn't so tarnal neat and handsome, that a fellow would want to keep on doing nothing else all the time.
Well then, I'll go away.
Oh, no, don't do that, Miss Mary, for then I'll be left in total darkness. Somehow I feel kind of lost if I haven't got you to talk to. Now that I got the latitude and longitude of all them big folks, found out the length of every lady's foot and the soft spot in everybody's head, well, they can't teach me nothing. But here I come to school. Oh, you only knew how hard it is to keep my eyes off you, Miss Mary.
But you needn't keep your eyes off me.
I'm afraid I must. My eyes are awful tale-tellers, and they might be saying something you wouldn't like to hear. And that might make you mad, and then you'd shut up school and send me home feeling about as small as a tadpole with his tail bopped off.
Don't be alarmed. I don't think I will listen to any tales that your eyes tell, unless they're tales I like and ought to hear.
Oh, if I thought they'd tell any other, Miss Mary, I'd pluck them right out and throw them in the first turnip patch I come to.
And now, tell me more about your home in America. Do you know I've listened to your stories until I'm half a backwoodsman's wife already?
Wouldn't I like to make her a whole one?
Yes, I can shut my eyes and almost fancy I see your home in the backwoods. There are your two sisters running about in their sunbonnets.
Debbie and Nan, yes.
Then I can see the smoke curling from the chimney, the men and boys working in the field.
Yes.
The girls milking the cows, and everybody so busy.
Yes.
And then at night, home come your four big brothers with the hunt laden with game, tired and footsore, and covered with snow.
That's so.
Then how we lasses bustle about to prepare supper. The fire blazes on the hearth while your good old mother cooks the slapjacks.
Oh, yes.
And then after supper, the lads and lasses go to a corn husking. The demijohn of old peach brandy is brought out, and everything is so nice.
I shall faint in about 5 minutes, Miss Mary. You're a darn sight too good for this country. You ought to make tracks.
Make what?
Make tracks. Pack up and emigrate to the roaring old state of Vermont. Live long with Mother. She'd make you so comfortable, and there will be Sister Debbie and Nan, and well, I reckon I'd be there too.
Oh, I'm afraid if I were there, your mother would find the poor English girl a sad encumbrance.
Oh, she ain't proud, not a mite. Besides, they'd all seen Britishers afore.
I suppose you allude to my cousin, Edward Trenchard.
Well, he wasn't the only one. There was the old squire, Mark Trenchard.
My grandfather!
Oh, he was a fine old hoss, as game as a bison bull and as gray as a coon in the fall. You see, he was kind of mad with his folks here, so he came over to America to look after the original branch of the family. That's our branch. We're older than the Trenchards on this side of the water. Yes, we got the start of the heap.
Tell me, Mr. Trenchard, did he never receive any letters from his daughter?
Oh, yes, lots of them, but the old cuss never read them, though. He chucked them in the fire as soon as he made out who they come from.
My poor mother!
You see, she had gone and got married again as well, and that made him mad. Well, he was an old, kind of rusty, fussy old wolf, and it appeared that he got older and rustier. It was too much for him. He was so bad, the doctors gave him up. And Mother, she went for a minister. While she was gone, the old man, he called me into his room. Come in, Asa boy. Well, I come in. Sit down, says he. Well, I sat down. You see, I was always a favorite with the old man. Asa, my boy, taking a great piece of paper. When I die, this sheet of paper makes you heir to all my property in England. Asa boy, said he, I feel I've sinned in hardening my heart against my own flesh and blood. But I will not wrong the last that is left of him. Give me the light. Well, I gave him the candle that stood by his bedside. And he took the sheet of paper I was telling you of. just as I might take this. And he twisted it up, as I might this. And he lights it just this way. And he watched it burn slowly away. And then, says he, Asa boy, that act disinherited you, but it leaves all my property to one who has a better right to it. My own daughter's darling child, Mary Meredith. And then he smiled, sank back upon his pillow, drew a long sigh as if he felt relieved. And that was the last of poor old Mark Trenchard.
Poor grandfather!
Well, there lies $400,000 if there's a cent.
To me! All to me! Oh, Mr. Trenchard, how we all have wronged poor grandfather. What gone? He felt after such tidings, he felt that I should be left alone. Who would suspect there was such delicacy under that rogue husk? But I can hardly believe that startling news. His heiress, I, the penniless orphan of an hour ago, no longer penniless, but alas, an orphan still, with none to share my wealth, none to love me.
What treason is this, Mary? No one to love you. What's the matter? You've been weeping, and I met that American savage coming from here. He has not been rude to you.
Oh, no, he's the gentlest of human beings, but he has just told me news that has moved me strangely.
What is it, love?
That old grandfather's property is mine, Florence. Do you understand?
What? He has popped, has he? I thought he would.
What do you mean?
Who? Asa Trenchard, to be sure.
Asa Trenchard? Why? What put that in your head?
Why, how can Mark Trenchard's property be yours unless you marry the legatee?
The legatee? Who?
Why, you know Mark Trenchard lent everything to Asa.
No, you have been misinformed.
Nonsense. He showed it to me not an hour ago on a half sheet of rough paper, just like this. Like this. Why, this is part of it, I believe.
That's the paper he lighted.
Here is old Mark Trenchard's signature.
Yes, I recognize the hand.
And here are the words, Asa Trenchard, in consideration of sole heir, etc., etc., etc.
Oh, Florence, what does this mean?
It means that he is a true hero and that he loves you, you little rogue.
Oh, generous man!
Scene 2, a chamber in Trenchard Manor.
Yes, my child. While Mr. de Boots and Mr. Trenchard are both here, you must ask yourself seriously as to the state of your affections. Remember, your happiness for life will depend upon the choice you make.
Well, what would you advise, Mama? You know, I'm always advised by you.
Dear, obedient child. De Boots has excellent expectations, but they are only expectations after all. And the American is rich. And on the whole, I think well-regulated affection ought to be inclined to Asa Trenchard.
Very well, Mama.
At the same time, you must be cautious, or in grasping at Asa Trenchard's solid good qualities, you may miss them, and de Boots' expectation in the bargain.
Oh, I will take care not to give up my poor hold on Mr. de Boots till I'm quite sure of this American.
That's my own girl. Oh, Mr. Trenchard, we were just talking of your archery prowess.
Well, I guess shooting with bows and arrows is just about like most things in life. All you gotta do is keep the sun out of your eyes, look straight, pull strong, calculate the distance, and you're sure to hit the mark on most things in life as well as shooting.
But not in England, Mr. Trenchard. There are disinterested hearts that only seek opportunity of showing how they despise that gold, which others set by store.
Well, I suppose there are, Miss Gusty.
All I crave is affection.
Do you now? I wish I could make sure of that, because I've been cruelly disappointed in that particular.
Yes, but we are old friends, Mr. Trenchard, and you needn't be afraid of us.
Oh, I ain't afraid of you. Both on you together.
People sometimes look a great way off for that which is near at hand.
You don't mean Miss Gusta? Well, now, don't look at me like that. I can't stand it. If you do, I'll bust.
Oh, if you only knew how refreshing this disingenuousness of yours is to an old woman of the world like me.
Be you an old woman of the world?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes.
Well, I don't doubt it in the least. This gal and the old woman are trying to get me on a string. Well then, if a rough-spun fellow like me was to come forward as a suitor for your daughter's hand, you wouldn't treat me as some folks do when they find out I wasn't heir to their fortune.
Not heir to a fortune.
Oh, no.
But no fortune.
Nary red. It all comes to their barking up the wrong tree about the old man's property.
Which he left to you.
Oh, no.
Not to you.
Oh, no, which he meant to leave to me, but he thought better on it and left it to his granddaughter, Miss Mary Meredith.
Miss Mary Meredith? Oh, I'm delighted.
Yes, you both look tickled to death. Now, some gals and mothers will go away from a fellow when they found out that, but you don't value fortune, do you, Miss Gusty?
My love, you'd better go.
You crave affection, you do. Now, I've no fortune, but I'm filling over with affections, which I'm ready to pour all over you like applesauce over roast pork.
Mr. Trenchard, you will please recollect that you are addressing my daughter in my presence.
Yes, I'm offering her my heart and my hand, just as she wants it, with nothing in them.
Augusta, dear, to your room.
Yes, Ma. That nasty beast.
I am aware, Mr. Trenchard, that you are not used to the manners of good society, and that alone will excuse your impertinence of which you have been guilty.
Don't know the manners of good society, eh? Well, I guess I know enough to turn you inside out, old gal. You sock-dollar-jizing old man-trap.
And that moment is when the shot rang out. And the play ended, of course, at that point. However, you lovely people who have come to summit will not disappoint me. So we will finish it because I know you are hanging on to every word.
What do you mean by doing all these dreadful things?
Which things?
Do you know this piece of paper?
Well, I think I've seen it before. It's old Mark Trenchard's will that I left half burned up.
And you're determined to give up this fortune to Mary Meredith?
Well, I couldn't help it if I tried.
Oh, don't say that.
No, I didn't mean to do it when I first came here. Hadn't had the least idea in the world of it. But when I saw that everlasting angel of a gal moving around among them, doing fixings like a sunbeam in a shady place, and when I pictured her without $1 in the world, well, my old Adam riz right up and I said, Asa, do it. And I did it.
Well, I don't know who your old Adam may be, but whoever it is, he's a very honest man to consult you to do such good an action. But how dare you do such an outrageous thing, you impudent, you unceremonious, oh, you unselfish man, you.
Well, if that ain't worth $400,000, I don't know what is. Now, let me see how things stand around here. Thanks to old Whiskers, I've got that ship for the sailor man, and that makes him and Miss Florence all hung. And then there's that darn old Coil. Well, I guess me and old Murcock can fix his flint for him. And then there's Christopher Columbus. Here comes Mary.
Mr. Trenchard, what can I say to you but to offer you my lifelong gratitude?
Don't now, miss, don't.
If I knew what else to offer, heaven knows there is nothing that is mine to give that I would keep back.
Give me yourself. Now, I know what a rude, ill-mannered block I am. There's a heart inside me worth something, if it's only for the sake of your dear little image that's planted right plump in the middle of it.
Asa Trenchard, there is my hand, and my heart is in it.
Miss Mary, I made what folks call a big sacrifice for you this morning. Oh, I know it. I ain't so modest, but I know it. Now, what's this you're doing? Is this sacrifice you are making out of gratitude for me? Because if it is, I wouldn't have it. Though not to have it would near break my heart, tough as it is.
No, I give myself freely to you, as freely as you this morning gave my grandfather's property to me.
Say it again, last hope and blessed promise. Mary, there's something tells me that you'll not repent it. I'm rough, Mary. awful rough. But you needn't fear that I'll ever be rough to you. Now, I've camped out in the woods, Mary, often and often, and seen the bears that play with their cubs in the moonlight. Their glistening teeth that would tear the hunter was harmless to them. The big strong claws that would peel a man's head as a knife would a pumpkin was as soft to them as velvet cushions. That's what I'll be to you, my own little wife. And if ever harm does come to you, it must come over the dead body of Asa Trenchard.
I know it, Asa, and if I do not prove a true and loving wife to you, may my mother's bright spirit never look down to bless her child.
Well, if I don't get out of the air, I'll bust.
Scene 3, a wine cellar.
A capital glass of wine, Mr. Benny, and a capital place to drink it.
Bring a light, can't you? I've broken my natural allowance of shins already. Is he tied yet?
Mister, not quite gone yet.
Oh, Mr. Trenchard, glad to see you, to welcome you to the vaults of your ancestors.
Oh, these are the vaults of my ancestors, are they? Well, you seem to be punishing their spirits mighty well.
Wines, Mr. Asa, the spirits of the outer cellar.
Oh, Mr. Asa, but there is no place like a wine cellar for a hearty bout. Here you might boil yourself hoarse beneath these ribs of stone, and nobody hear you.
That's right, Mr. Coyle. Make as much noise as you want. This is the cellars of Trenchard Manor, Mr. Coyle. Mr. Coyle. Mr. Coyle. Bless you, Mr. Coyle. Bless you. Well, I am sitting at the present time in the present distinguished company. I'll tell you, Mr. Coyle, is it because I always act and conduct myself in the manner of a gentleman.
Steady, old horse, steady.
I'm always steady. I'm always steady.
Now, Mr. Coyle, suppose you give us a song.
Oh, no, I can't sing, Mr. Trenchard, but I sometimes join in the chorus.
Well, give us a chorus.
Will you assist me in the vocalization thereof?
We'll do to the best of our endeavors and two.
We won't go home till morning. We won't go home till morning. We won't go home till morning. Oh, my.
I don't think you'll go home at all. Now then, quick, Murcott, before the butler comes back. Get his keys.
No, the key of his private bureau is on his watch chain, and I can't get it off.
Take watch and all.
No, he will accuse us of robbing him.
Never mind, I'll take the responsibility.
Scene 4, another chamber in the Trenchard Manor.
My lord! Your lordship! My lord!
And there you go, now you've spoiled it.
Spoiled what, my lord?
Spoiled what? Why, a most magnificent sneeze.
I am very sorry to interrupt your lordship's sneeze, but I merely wanted to express my gratitude for you giving me a ship.
Sir, I don't want your gratitude. I only want to sneeze.
Very well, my lord. Then I will leave you, and that gives you an opportunity for sneezing. But, in return for what you have done for me, should you ever want the service a sailor can offer you, just hail Caravan, and you'll find he'll weigh anchor and be alongside.
Fighting alongside? What does he mean by alongside? He always wants to weigh anchor. What funny fellows these sailors are. Why the devil won't they keep a memorandum of the weight of their anchor? What's the matter with the sailor's side?
Scene 5. Another chamber, actually Coyle's office.
Have you found it?
No, Mr. Trenchard, I've searched all the drawers but can find no trace of it.
What's this?
That's a cabinet where his father kept old deeds. The key he always carries about him.
Oh, he does he? Well, I reckon I saw a key as I came in that will open it.
Key? Oh, my poor muddled brain. What can he mean?
Now here's a key that will open any lock that Hob ever invented.
Key? What key?
Why, Yankee.
Villains! Would you rob me?
Stand off, Mr. Coyle. We are desperate.
Here it is, as sure as there are snakes in Virginia.
Burglars! Oh, you shall dearly pay for this.
Yes, I'll pay, but I guess you'll find a change.
The law! The law shall aid me.
Well, perhaps it would be as well not to call on the law just yet. It might look a little further than might be convenient.
It's no use to blunder, Mr. Coyle. You are harmless to us now. But we have found that what will crush you.
Well, what are your conditions? Money, how much?
Well, we weren't thinking of coming down on your dollars, but you have an appointment with Sir Edward at 2, haven't you?
Well,
I want you to keep that appointment.
Keep it?
Yes, and that's all I want you to keep of his. And instead of saying you have come to foreclose the mortgage, I want you to say you have found a release which proves the mortgage to have been paid off.
I accept. Is that all?
Not quite. Then I want you to pay off the execution debts.
What? I pay Sir Edward's debts?
Yes, with Sir Edward's money that stuck to your fingers naturally while passing through your hands.
Traitor!
He knows all, Mr. Coyle.
Is there anything more?
Yes, I want you to apologize to Miss Florence Trenchard for having the darn impudence to propose for her hand.
What more?
Then you resign your stewardship in favor of your clerk, Abel Murcott.
What? That drunkard vagabond?
Well, he was, but he's going to take the pledge of the first pump he comes to.
Yes! And I will conquer the demon drink, or die in the struggle with him! Ha 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 ha!
Well, anything more?
Yes, I think the next thing to do will be to get washed. You're not a handsome man at best, and now you're awful. Mr. Coyle, in your present state of mind, you had better go first.
Scene 6. Yet another chamber in Trenchard Manor. An awful lot of chambers in this movie.
The clock is on the stroke of 2, and Coyle is waiting my decision. In giving her to him, I know I shall be embittering her life to save my fortune. By appearances, no, I will not sacrifice her young life, so full of promise, for a few short years of questionable state for myself. Better leave her to the mercy of chance than to sell her to this scoundrel. And to myself, I will not survive the downfall of my house, but end it thus!
Father! What despair is this? Spirit of poverty, do not think of me. I will marry this man if I drop dead in my bridal robes.
Mr. Coyle, sir, who's come by appointment.
I will not see him.
Yes, show him up, Mr. Binney.
Florence, I will not consent to this sacrifice. How is this, Mr. Coyle? You are not alone?
No. You see, Squire, Mr. Coyle wishes me and his clerk to witness the cutting off of seals of the mortgage, which he has been lucky enough to find the release of.
Heavens, is it so?
Yes, Sir Edward. There is the release executed by my father, which had become detached.
Accidentally.
Saved at last from want.
Meanwhile, I have paid the execution debts out of a fine which has just fallen in.
Accidentally. accidentally. It's astonishing how things have fallen in and out today.
But your demand here?
I make none, Sir Edward. I regret that I should have conceived so mad a thought. It is enough to unfit me for longer holding position as your agent, which I beg humbly to resign.
Recommended as your successor?
Recommending as my successor, Abel Murcott, whose knowledge of your affairs gained in my office will render him as useful as I have been.
Yes, just about.
Your request is granted, Mr. Coyle.
And now, my dear Coyle, you may ABSQUATULATE.
I go, Sir Edward, with equal good wishes for all assembled here.
That's a good man, Mr. Coyle.
Yes.
Oh, he's a very good man.
Oh, yes, he's a good man.
But he can't keep a hotel.
Mr. Murcott, your offense was heavy.
And so has been his reparation, Papa. Forgive him. Mr. Murcott, you saved me. May heaven bless you.
Yes, I saved her. Thank heaven I had strength enough for that.
You'll keep your promise and make Mr. Murcott your clerk, Papa.
Yes, I can refuse nothing. I am so happy. I am so happy. I can refuse none, anything today.
Can't you, Sir Edward? Well, that's awful lucky, for there's two gals want your consent mighty bad.
Indeed? For what?
To get hitched.
Hitched?
Yes, to get spliced.
Spliced?
Yes, to get married.
Ah, they have it by anticipation. Who are they?
Well, there's one on them.
Florence? And the other?
She's right outside.
Well, and who is the happy man, Lord
Lord Dundreary? No, Papa. But Harry Vernon, he's not poor now, though. He's got a ship.
Here's the other one, Sir Edward.
Mary? Who was the object of your choice?
Rough-spun, honest-hearted Asa Trenchard.
Ah, Mr. Trenchard, you win a heart of gold.
And so does Mary, Papa. Believe me. What's the matter?
You make me blush.
I don't see blushing.
I'm blushing all the way down my back.
Oh, you go long.
Hello. Now here's all the folks coming 2 by 2, as if they were paying for Noah's Ark. Here's Mrs. Mount Chestnut and the Sailor Man. Here's the boots in his gal, Augusta and Donnie. Here ain't old Senator Fitch and the sick gal.
There's that damn blind ostrich again.
Mr. Vernon, take her. She's yours, though heaven knows what I shall do without her.
Oh, Sir Edward, that's just my case. But you'll never know what it is to be a mother. Georgina, Augustus, my dears, you'll sometimes think of your poor mamma, bless you. Oh, you couple of fools.
Why, we're all getting married. It's catching, like the cholera.
I hope, Sir Edward. Sir Edward, I hope there's no objections to me leading Miss Sharp to the end of her altar.
Oh, certainly not, Mr. Binney.
Say you, Lord, Buttons, say, Whiskers. Shall I tell that delicate gal about the hair dye?
No, you needn't tell that delicate gal about the hair dye.
Well, I won't if you don't want me to.
This damn man is a damn rattlesnake.
Miss Georgina, how's your appetite? Shall I tell that lord about the beefsteak and onions I saw you pitching into?
No, please don't, Mr. Trenchcoat. I'm so delicate.
Well, I won't if you don't want me to.
Thank you.
Miss Gusty. Got your boots, ain't you?
Yes, Miss Trenchard.
Say, shall I tell that fellow you were after me first?
Not with the world, Miss Trenchard.
Well, I won't if you don't want me to. Mrs. Mount Chestnut, old woman.
Old woman, sir.
Got 2 of them gals off your hands, haven't you?
I'm proud to say I have.
Shall I tell them fellows you tried to stick them on me first?
You please stop mentioning the subject.
Well, I won't if you don't want me to. Say, Mr. Puffy, shall I tell Mr. Edward about your getting drunk in the wine cellar?
Well, you need not. Not if you don't like to.
Well, I won't if you don't want me to.
Remember the old adage, a still tongue shows a wise head.
Excuse me.
Oh, I see.
Well, cousin, what do you have to say to us?
Well, I ain't got no ring to put in your noses, but I's got one to put on your finger. And I guess the sailor man has one put on yours. And I guess you two are as happy as clams at high water.
I'm sure you must be very happy.
Well, I'm not so sure about my happiness.
Why, you ungrateful fellow. What do you want to complete it?
My happiness depends on you.
And I am sure you will not regret your kindness shown to our American cousin. But don't go yet, pray, for Lord Dundreary has a word to say.
That's the idea.
That's the